During the Jeep Start Something New sales event, well-qualified returning Grand Cherokee lessees get a low-mileage lease on select 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo E4x4 models for $199 a month for 24 months for $3,179 due at signing, tax, title, license extra. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution, lease through Chrysler Capital. Currently must in by 2/1/2021 on oldest 20% inventory of 2020 Grand Cherokee models at dealer stock the longest as of 1/3/2020. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 2/3/2020. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Welcome to Audiogyan with Kedar Nimkar, a podcast that documents insightful conversations with Indian designers, artists, musicians, writers, thinkers, and creatives of all types. Catch us on iTunes or visit audiogyan.com for more Gyan sessions. Here's your host, Kedar Nimkar.
Today I have Haresh Mehta with us on Audiogyan. He's a founder of Paper Shaper, a Mumbai-based corrugated cardboard manufacturing firm, and is offering an alternate and sustainable solution to wooden and furniture made of other materials. Haresh has not only created niche for himself, but has given society a unique way of living without damaging the nature. He has made beds, benches, bookshelves, everything actually from cradle to coffin, all from cardboard. All durable, superbly designed and eco-friendly. And today we are here to explore cardboard as a material and possible design solutions from it. So thank you, Haresh, for giving us your time, and it's a real honor to have you on Audiogyan.
It's my pleasure, Kedar.
Yeah.
And really great to know you all. Great to know about your company also.
Thank you.
And pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So as I mentioned, we'll be discussing about designing with cardboard, understanding cardboard as a material, your process, and more things as we talk about. So first thing which I want to ask you is if you can tell us like a brief history of corrugation to set the context for our listeners. What is corrugation or how did it start? Like a very informal kind of a brief history.
So corrugation was invented by Americans about 100 years back.
Okay.
Just to wrap around, just a wavy structure. Somebody made that one. I forgot the name of the engineer. Yeah, and slowly it has traveled to this level. It evolved so much into this now. That is the best packaging material, economical, recyclable, eco-friendly. And whatever they produce, the corporates, FMCG or whatever, you have to have packaging. Corrugation is the only material to be used now, worldwide. It's the best material available. So basically it started with the packaging material. World over is the only packaging. Well, I'm just attempting different things.
Okay. And 100 years, but in which country exactly?
It was in US.
It's in US. Okay. Cool. So you come from a family of paper merchants. What does corrugation board as a material mean to you? I mean, when you were a child, or when did you realize that, yes, you want to get into corrugation or building or designing stuff using corrugated material?
Corrugation was a family business, not the paper. But my dad, my uncle, the family started corrugated box making. First time. It's about 40, 50 years back. First time in India. And when I entered the business, it was already picked up very well throughout India.
Sorry to interrupt, but when did they get this inspiration? Like what was the trigger point that, yes, we should play around with this material?
Well, some Britisher, they suggested to my family member, okay, why don't you go into this line? And those days, the corrugated boxes were imported. So my family tried it out with the help of the British guy. Slowly, they got the first machine made. They got first machine from Japan. Slowly. It's a long journey. It was basically packaging. And thanks to the British guy who really helped us to push this.
Okay. Okay. And then moving on, how did you get into it and what was...
So when I get into business, typical family business and typical Guju business, right? Money oriented, money making. And somehow I was not interested in that because being as a child, and I was more interested in origami and paper craft. I used to keep making those stuff. Though I was attending office, but sitting in the corner somewhere, cut the cardboard, cut the different shapes and all, and as usual, Guju business, ये लड़का कुछ काम का नहीं है, What is it doing every day? Cutting the cardboard, doing nothing. That's it. But somehow the corrugated board was fascinating. I slowly found out that this is amazing material and lots of things can be done. But slowly, I started with the packaging design only. Approached my clients with the different designs. And the concept was new, totally. And initially, as a new designer, all people used to steal my designs. That happens in every field.
Correct.
So I went through that trouble also.
Hmm.
But slowly got the recognition
Mhm.
about the packaging only.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I started with the packaging design only.
Okay. And then what made you start Paper Shaper?
Paper Shaper is just recently. It's my new baby.
Hmm.
That I used to make the furniture, everything. The first furniture I made, how do I convince my client that corrugated board is a really strong material, right? The best way, okay, I just made one chair and table. Just take that and ask my client to sit on this. Simple, right? No sales talk, no convincing talk, nothing. Acha, iske par baitho aap. Convince. Then gave me an idea. Then I just started making my own range of furniture, table, chair, for my own use, my single bed, everything. Then few years back, gave me an idea like, why not we just market it? Because a lot of people appreciated this. Wow, this is amazing product. Because normal cardboard furniture, corrugated for ye putha hai, right? It's not durable. It's not that strong. And I prove everyone wrong. That is amazing material. And if you see the basic thing, what I think is the corrugated board is one of the world's simplest and greatest wonder of engineering, based on the arch and pillar of ancient architecture. If you look at it's a wavy flute, okay, and combined with the two plane surface, if you keep it vertical, it becomes your pillar. If you see any architecture old, arch and pillar, now this sustains a lot of weight, huge weight. And that is far, far stronger than the material is made of. It's a thin layer of paper, right? And one sandwich layer of wavy structure becomes a huge weight supporter. Now that gave me an idea that if it used judiciously, what can be done of carb? I slowly evolved the designs, everything, slowly. It's a long journey. But interesting product. It's an amazing product. And I told my fellow members also, corrugated box maker, that we are lucky that we are in this industry. It is contributing to the mother nature also, because it's an eco-friendly material. Now, if we see nowadays, a lot of plastics being used. Now there's awareness, and a lot of government support have banned plastics and all. Should have been done long back. Anyway, better late than never. It's an amazing material.
Correct. So these products which come from Amazon, Flipkart, and other places, the boxes which are there, are those the same material or they're slightly different? Or
same corrugated material.
Okay.
Imagine the amount of corrugated board we use. Now you said the Amazon, you get a lot of boxes, right? Now what do you do with those boxes? When you buy any appliances, when you buy any product, it comes in a packaging.
Correct.
Corrugated boxes, we throw away.
Yeah.
Right? I encourage people, don't throw away. Imagine your mind. Okay, you just apply your mind. Every person is creative. That's what I believe fundamentally. Every person is creative. Don't throw away. Make something in your house, like a bookshelf or bookcase or whatever, regular shelf, depending on the size of the box. All right, the tray, serving tray, anything.
But doesn't it require any processing? Because I've seen, like, I have one box which I just kept it for like movers and packers kind of a thing. So when I'm shifting from Bangalore to Bombay, I just put some stuff in that. But now it's almost 6-7 years old. And because of the moisture, it has slightly dampened. So does, like, what materials it's the same material. So does it need some more processing to it to make sure it has a longer life?
Material is not same. The product is same, corrugated board.
Okay.
Now, it can be a lot stronger also. So depending on the end use, okay, the corrugated board is designed, the quality of the corrugated board, and how much you want to pack. Let's say boxes, okay, how much weight you want to pack inside. So the box is designed accordingly. The quality of the board is decided on the product. Now, you said you've been using,
Hmm.
right, 6-7 years. What more you need? Tell me,
Hmm.
right? It was a waste.
Correct.
We used it for packers or movers, a storage box or whatever. All right. Now, it depends again, like how do you keep your box? It's bound to. Paper is a hygroscopic material.
Correct.
Right? It's bound to pick up those moisture from the atmosphere. But that's fine. That's fine. Even within that constraint, what best you can do? A lot of things can be done.
Correct.
Don't throw.
Interesting. Sir, I wanted to ask you about what's the science behind corrugation board. I mean, there are two parts to this question. One is what kind of, again, if you can briefly touch upon the type of machines which I've used, because I've just done my basic research and I've found there's a flute lamination machine, and now that we were discussing there are multiple machines. So if you can just shed some light on what kind of machines are used, what is the important machine, or so that's one part of the question. And second is why hasn't it picked up, or is it in the mainstream now? What has been the journey of adoption of corrugation boards in the mainstream?
See, you require a bunch of corrugated machines. To make the corrugated board, you require a bunch of machines. The basic corrugated machines, which makes a wavy structure. The corrugation basically is a wavy structure, right? The basic machine, corrugated machine. Then the flute limiter comes. The flute limiter machine basically it's after you make a wavy structure, okay, and the third layer on the top or fifth layer, you need this machine, which again glues the one layer and stick it on the wavy structure.
Okay.
Now that makes a more rigid structure. Without that, the corrugated paper is very flexible. Yeah, so you have to. So the flute limiter is also one of the machines. Then you have a die cutting machine, the stapling and stitching machines. It's a bunch of machines required to make a corrugated board and a box. Now, acceptance of a corrugated box is already there. All the company, whatever you produce, you need the boxes. Where I'm taking this product to a different level is how can we use in a different way? Corrugated board, same board which is used for packaging. Yeah, it can be different. That's where there are different kind of machines can be used, like a router machines. There's a new technology available. A kind of digital printing machine which can print directly on flat corrugated board. So new machines are available now.
Interesting. And just by adding the one more layer, you said just the final layer on that flute type or whatever, that wavy structure, it suddenly becomes strong, or is it the process of becoming the paper or the structure becoming stronger gets done by adding each layer? How does that work?
It's both. In both.
Okay.
Quality of paper, the kind of thickness of the corrugation, we call flute in our technical language. Yeah. And the third layer or fifth layer, then. So it's a combination. You recently decided on the end application for the packaging. The convenient. That makes it more stronger.
So there can be 2 layers of flute as well?
Oh yes. 2 layers, 3 layers is called triple wall or 7-ply in our language.
And one more, this could be slightly a naive question, but I've always at least the stuff which comes in in corrugated boxes at large in my house or some places, they have a peculiar smell. So how does that is being taken care when you're designing particular products?
Well, controlling smell is not a part of design.
No, but as a complete experience,
it's a paper quality. Yeah, it's a paper quality. Because we use in India, we use a lot of recycled paper.
Correct.
Many of that coming from a very small mill, where they have a very less quality control. Yeah, and it's you said you use a better word like smell. I said it stinks, right? Yeah, many times a horrible smell comes. But industry is serious about it now, because now they're taking really
And they have a particular smell. It's not
Particular
like
smell.
yeah.
That's because of the, I would say, when they reprocess the paper, everything, the material they use, the pulp and the the binding agent they use, maybe because of that. But more of the recycled paper, because they use a lot of waste material, less QC.
Correct.
That's the reason. Very peculiar smell.
Yeah.
It's horrible for the food product.
Cool. So you have designed like a lot of products. In fact, I read one article which said that you have designed everything from cradle to coffin. So, so if you can tell us what all interesting products have you designed, and what was the most challenging, and what were the learnings also? Maybe you can pick up any one product or two products which were really amazing, as nobody had designed or nobody had thought that it could be made using a cardboard and or a corrugated material, and then what were the learnings while designing them, a particular product maybe?
So one thing I fundamentally believe that when I was observing that a lot of things in the life what we use, right, like a table, chair, lamps, everything, which are made of metal, wood, plastics, which I strongly believe now that many of them can be replaced with a more sustainable material like corrugated board.
Okay.
And I can tell you with the guarantee because I've been using it for years together. And now people also started using it. I'm getting really good feedback. Then why not? Why to use wood? And what I said earlier, that it's a very interesting material. Technically also is very good material. So if it's designed properly, you can make anything out of that. And that's how I came with the concept of C2C, cradle to coffin. And we have lots of product right from the beginning of your life, right to the end of your life. We make sure you rest in peace environment. Contribute something to Mother Nature with the coffin.
Correct.
Yeah. And the lighter side, the coffin is like, there's no recession in that industry. Coffin, lighter side. And the learning is like...
so to give you an example, maybe you can pick up another product as well. But in one of the articles, it said like coffee cups also, right? So now it's you're putting a liquid in it. So that material is, as you mentioned, hygroscopic. So how does that come into play? I mean, what are the different layers you add, or if you can...
It's just a coating. Recyclable. What I use is a recyclable coating. It's like using a paper cup. When you drink your coffee and everything, nowadays you get a paper cup.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not, but mine was a different shape. Mine is a foldable cup, what I designed for my own use. Right now, what do you get is a conical cup shape, right? Cylindrical. Mine is a square, broader base, different, and foldable cup, what I made.
Okay. And any other interesting products, and what were the learnings?
A lot of interesting products. It's an ongoing, I would say, process.
But something you would have really feel proud, or maybe sense of gratification.
Many like lube box, cradle.
Lube box is something which I'll come to, but before that...
cradle. Recently, we are just launching bowling, 10-pin bowling, foldable, made of corrugated. Imagine the 3-year-old kid or 4-year-old kid going with a parent for bowling alley. Now they can't lift the ball. They want to play. So we just design it, and I'm going to launch in somewhere in next month online.
Oh, nice.
10-pin bowling, kids has to assemble themselves, everything DIY. And one thing I noticed, even in my children furniture, the learning is all the children are creative. And this is the right age to motivate them. Unfortunately, what happens that today, major scenario, they're hooked up on TV and video game and all. Very less on the actual material, craft, book and other things and craft and all. This thing encourages them. And then there's a sense of belongingness. When they make it their own, when they assemble their own furniture, there's a sense of belonging. I made it. Right? And every child, every person has an ego, even child also. And they make it themselves, they feel proud. Like sofa set, they want the parent to share the space with them on the sofa set which they assembled. That's a learning that every child. So don't get them hooked up to TV and video game. Encourage them to make this kind of stuff.
Correct.
That's one of the interesting product we are launching.
And obviously, there are a lot of DIY type videos which are coming on social media as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I designed more than thousands of products.
Wow. So yeah, if you can tell us more about the Loo Box, how has it come into the mainstream? How has it been responded by people, and what was the process also while thinking about it? Why Loo Box also?
See, in India, when you travel by car, you must have observed that sanitation system in India is very poor. We don't feel like using those toilets and all. Stinks. Let's be very frank about it.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't feel like using it. And when you travel to a high altitude place like Leh, Ladakh, everything, there's hardly any facility for public. In particular, ladies, there's no facility. So I was just traveling a couple of times and I go, why not we do something for this? And my dad was also suffering from Alzheimer, and it was difficult for them from bad to blue. Most of the old people has got this problem nowadays. Now that gave me an idea, why not we design something like this for something? They started designing something, lots of trial error. Finally, we launched this Loo Box. You just put in it's a foldable corrugated box, like a commode. And but it comes with a compostable bag. So you're not littering to the Mother Nature, nothing. And it's offering you comfort, convenience, and hygiene. Now imagine if you keep holding your nature's call, particularly for female, it's a serious health issue, right? So I just designed about a few years back, slowly evolved to this stage. I'm getting a really good response. Commercially, we are going to launch yet because I was waiting for this compostable bag. Finally, I found this manufacturer. And it's offering privacy also. We have accessories. We just cover yourself if you're traveling outside. I mean, for that moment when you're traveling, you will pay any price for nature's call. Yeah, it's an urgency, right? What do you do?
Correct.
I've seen many people like that suffering heavily on that, many times. So that gave me an idea, why not we do something about this? I slowly came with this Loo Box.
So everything is made of corrugated board.
Everything. That's my passion. I would say there's a DNA. And that's what I'm reinforcing my statement that many things, I would say most of the things what we use in day-to-day life can be done out of corrugated. It's an amazing material. I love it.
Correct. I'm getting more curious to understand what the process is. In fact, I would like to see a lot of products. And on that note, in fact, I would also tell the listeners to visit Carboard, right? Carboard. The restaurant name is Carboard.
Oh yeah, recently we made a restaurant.
Yeah, so
Carboard.
It's
in BKC.
It's in BKC, Bombay, and it's the entire restaurant is made of cardboard, corrugated material.
Eco-friendly.
So,
and first time though India.
Wow. So yeah, everyone must go and check out. I'm going next week probably.
Most welcome.
So sir, I would like to conclude with one last question, which is how do you or your team at Jaina conceptualize things made of cardboard, corrugated cardboard? I mean, like, this is mainly to make people aware or let them know that how can one get into this? Do they need to do an industrial design course? Is it a furniture course? Or like what could be the avenues to start making or playing around with cardboard as a material?
Well, first of all, patience.
Passion.
And patience.
Oh, patience and passions. Yeah.
And about which course and all, well, I'm called a dropout. So I can just suggest. But depends again on your interest. What do you want to make out of, let's say, furniture? Other thing, then you should learn ergonomics, the basic. So architecture and the basic design course and all can help you much better. So maybe they don't have to go through all hardship what I have gone through. Trial error and all. That's how I come up with this. While with the latest education things and all, you can learn a lot, the basic designs, which I didn't have a chance to. So again, depends on if you want to make it like architecture things and all, the basic knowledge of architecture is very important. But that gives like pillar and arch. I think they teach those things also. But no particular course, I wouldn't suggest anything.
Okay.
It's,
But
it's
how
all
does-
for purely for your interest.
No, but how does one start understanding what kind of strength it is going to hold? Like if you want to like make a, say even like a, say for example cradle, and it's a 5 kg baby, and what's the strength it should have as opposed to like a 2 kg baby. I'm just thinking aloud. I may be sounding stupid,
That's a
but
good
yeah.
thing. That's a good thing. Because then you have to know the material, corrugated. For that, you have to get exposure to this. So maybe you work in the corrugated industry, get the basic knowledge of the fundamental knowledge of corrugated board, what it is, what are the basic property. That you must. Otherwise, very, very difficult.
So there are no design courses or anything which still are not available.
Not for this particular board. No, this material. Specific corrugated, no.
Because I did with one interview with Praveen Singh Solanki, we spoke about bamboo. So bamboo is has come in mainstream. There are design courses specifically to crafts and bamboo. So something this could be some like maybe few years down the line.
Yeah.
Could be possible.
Why not?
Yeah.
In fact, we have a lot of visitors from design college, architecture college, NIFT, IIP, Institute of Packaging. We have a lot of. In fact, those colleges are also offering me, why don't you come and teach this about the basic material, the basic properties of corrugated board. But we invite people to my factory. I say, come and explore there. Instead of me coming down there, if you come to my factory, you'll much better exposure.
Correct.
And that's what I'm used to, right? I mean, I'm inviting you also. If you want to really explore and experience, come down. It'll be a different world altogether.
Sure.
It's an eye-opener. What can be done out of corrugated board.
Correct. It's simply amazing to just look at some of the visuals. There were like desks and one giraffe and one rocking chair, in fact, on using corrugated board. So it's amazing.
Cradle, we also launching a rocking cradle, foldable. You can travel with a kid.
Oh, nice. Amazing. Any concluding thoughts you want to share with our listeners that who wants, like, what's your future? Like, what do you look towards, or how do you envision the future with corrugated boards, and what's the infinite possibilities? May one of the things which you can.
Oh, you said infinite possibilities. That's exactly what we want to. And we are working for that only. There's no end to that. It's all limited up to your imagination.
Wow.
And I invite all the people to come and explore, come down to my place, and let your creativity be out. We are always there to support.
But isn't there any constraint? I mean, like, I see when I spoke to Balkrishna Doshi sir also, there's RCC which also has certain limitations, or maybe bamboo will have certain limitations. वैसे इधर कुछ limitation नहीं?
No, there are limitations. Like I cannot make a like totally global, circular. I would say curves and all cannot be. Yeah, if I want to make it, let's say, ball, the total spherical thing cannot be made. But it can be made in different way, different structure, but no the total, no. It cannot be. So there's a limitation. But even within that limitation, what can be done?
Correct.
I always tell, like, जो नहीं होता, forget about it. क्या होता है, focus on that and do that.
Wow, that's a great.
Yeah, be positive.
Yeah. All right. I think this is a good note to end. Thank you, sir, for giving your time, and it was real pleasure talking to you, and got to learn few things definitely. And I would say all the listeners to visit Haresh sir's factory / company in Ghatkopar, Kurla. Sorry, and it's called Paper Shaper, right?
Yeah,
So-
company name is Jaina Packaging. And the paper shipper is one of the brand.
One of the brands.
Yeah, just for all consumer products.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And thank you, Kedar, for inviting and creating more awareness about the corrugated material to the listeners.
No,
It's amazing. And we need people like you to create more and more awareness. Thank you very much. And it was a really great pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.
And that's it from today's Gyan session. Catch us on iTunes, Savan, Stitcher, or any podcasting app you use. Do rate us on iTunes and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay tuned for more Gyan on Audiogyan.com. Till then, bye.
Hi, welcome to Metro by T-Mobile.
Hi, my dad is in serious need of an upgrade.
Yeah, my phone's a fossil.
He needs a new phone and a new network stat.
Well, when he switches to Metro, he can get an amazing iPhone 7 with HD Retina display for just $99.99 after ID validation.
Wow, $99.99?
Bye-bye, Fossil.
Requires porting of eligible number not currently active on T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. With validation of ID. An independent database limit 4 per account/household. 32 gigabyte model only. See store for details and terms and conditions.